Okay, we're live.
We live. Man, it's been
We're
a while since
live
I've
and
been
in
on here.
charge. All right, let me see. Let me get to sharing this out with people.
So this is a
Let me get on
special
my
day today, huh? With the 100th episode there, Jared. Is that what it is
yes,
today?
100. I can't believe it.
100.
I
Just keeping it
I've been
100.
trying to. Oh man, yeah, I've been trying to have a big one, and I asked Jess Garcia to come on because he was my very first guest ever. But sadly, Pastor Jess can't come on. But we're praying for Jess. He's busy working actually, also, and then I tell you who helped me come up with the name for Shooting Straight. And Aaron Stonehawker would Light the Fire Outdoors. I don't know if Aaron has happened to be watching, but shout out to Aaron Stonehawker. Light the Fire Outdoors. Y'all can go find them on Facebook and give them a like. He's a veteran, and his ministry is. Let's see. All right, check this out. So his ministry is. Hello, Andrea Hollard. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so his ministry, they go out and just the outdoors ministry that teaches Christ to people. And then he's got his own podcast. And I need to get in touch with him when he does that, so I can find out when he does it, so I can listen in. But his podcast is a praying and slaying podcast, which is cool. And we were talking one day, and let's see. Let me share this out. All right, and so, we were talking one day. He was a guest on my podcast a while back, and we got to talking, and I asked him about what would be a cool name for a podcast. And so we just start throwing names out. And I said, well, what about Shooting Straight? Basically, shooting straight and aiming towards God. And he said, sure. And so I said, okay. Yeah, he thought it was cool. So I rolled with it. And that's been however many years ago it was. 2 years ago, maybe, when I started this. I can't remember exactly. But my ministry has actually been around since 2017, 18.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, shout out to Aaron and for helping me come up with a name. And then shout out to one of my best friends, Matt, for, I don't know if Matt's watching, but if he's watching, shout out to Matt Harville. He's the one that helped me start the ministry in 2017, 18, somewhere in there. And to tell you how it started, for those in the hunting world or the coon hunting world will know who I'm talking about. Most of y'all won't know. Bob Osborne is the guy's name. He has a business called Timber Creek Dog Supply. And he's got a ministry called Coon Hunters for Christ. And Timber Creek Dog Supply is basically like a outdoors business that sells dog hunting supplies, anything to do with coon hunting, dog hunting, guns, ammo, you name it, he's got it. And so he always has a booth at these big coon hunts event we go to. He always has one at the UKC Winter Classic, which is a really huge one. Like, people from all over the world come to it. And then he always has one at the world's largest St. Jude coon hunt, where they raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And so I asked him one day, because I remember buying a T-shirt one year, I bought a hat, and then I bought a decal from his booth, Coon Hunters for Christ. And I asked him, I said, hey, I asked him, I said, "Hey, Miss Bob," I said, "how would you like to start a South Alabama chapter?" And he says, "Well," he said, "that'd be awesome." He said, "I'm gonna be honest with you." He said, "Man, I don't have no time to run my ministry no more because I got so much time, running my dog business. I just, hadn't had a lot of time doing my booth." And one of his friends, I don't remember if his friend or his dad, I can't remember who it was, but it was an older fella who ran his booth for him. I think he may have been a pastor, and had ran his booth for him. And he said, "I just don't have time to do it like I, used to." He's like, "You send me a message and we'll talk about starting one." I said, "Okay, cool." So I sent him 2 or 3 messages on Facebook Messenger. Didn't hear nothing back, and I said, "Okay." I said, "Why don't I just start my own?" And so then me and Matt decided. I asked Matt if he would help me start one. I said, "Sure." So I came up with a name, and basically I told Matt, I said, "Well, there's a lot of lost people in this world that coon hunt, and they don't know about Jesus." And I said, "I look at all these people that come to these hunting events, because these 2 events we go to are pretty big. You got the Buckmasters Deer Expo in Birmingham, or excuse me, Montgomery, then the World Deer Expo in Birmingham. And it's 2 or 3 days of nothing but hunting and fishing stuff and other stuff on sale. So this is their version. These 2 hunts are their version of the coon hunters version of the Buckmasters Deer Expo. And so there's a lot of people go to these events. There's booths everywhere. And I said, look at all these hunters around here. I said, man, there's a lot of people that go coon hunting and don't know about Christ. And so I appreciate Matt helping me start it. And then fast forward to all these years later, I got some really awesome friends that helped me. I got Matt. I have my buddy Cliff Walker. Cliff's an awesome friend of mine that he just started a ministry called Racing for Jesus Ministries. So shout out. Yeah, Racing for Jesus. I think that's right. Racing for Jesus Ministries. He's got a new Facebook, so y'all can go like it. Cliff's my brother in Christ. And then I have, of course, my buddy John Reagan helps me. And of course, we got the Kwake Radio team, Jason and JT, they help. So appreciate them. So many, many years later, and then hundreds and hundreds of guests. Well, it seems like hundreds of guests. Actually, it's been multiple guests throughout 100 episodes. And now we have my awesome friend Jason back, Captain J. And then we have these awesome band right here, I Against No One. So y'all want to shout, tell everybody who you are and shout your info?
Us?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you'll have to bear with us. Douglas had some mouth surgery yesterday, so.
Ooh. That's a bummer.
I like the signs though. That's good. That's creative.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I think
it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon,
right? Absolutely. Yeah, so no, we're I Against No One from Frankfort, Kentucky. I'm Doug. He's Douglas. We started. We probably got really ramped up about 5 years ago ish. We really started about 6 years ago. We really started the thing going, and we've just been kind of making headway ever since. Not sure what else. I've got specific stuff. I feel like I'm just rambling.
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. And then, of course, everybody that don't know, that's Captain J, aka Captain Kwake Radio.
Captain Kwake Radio.
we need to get Jason a cape. It says Captain KR on the back, and it's got the Kwake Radio logo, and he goes around saving the day from bad radio stations.
At first, I thought you said cake, and I was like, I can get behind some cake.
I like cake. You can tell.
Who doesn't like cake?
Yeah.
Speaking of cake, caramel cake's my favorite.
But you guys are signed to a record label, aren't you not?
Yes, we are. We signed with Resurrection Records earlier this year. We're really absolutely honored and humbled to have had the opportunity to sign up with them. Incredible group of people. We have it's opened a lot of different doors for us than it would have had we just been totally independent. We do have a lot of independence though, being a part of the label, but it does help if you're approaching different people and you're like, yes, we're Resurrection Records artists. So people kind of look at you and go, okay, they might be a little legit rather than just, some jokers from down the road or something.
Yeah.
Well, I can take. Go ahead.
That's how I first found out about you guys, is they were doing the releases of. No, they had the announcements of new artists. Who's going to be the one today? No, it's Tricord. And then I knew of them already. And then you guys came along. I'm like, oh, I guess who is this? We hadn't moved to Kentucky yet, and I'm like, oh, that's a far distance away. If we were still in Iowa, then we moved to Kentucky. I'm like, where's Frankfurt? I have no idea, but it's got to be near Louisville somewhere. And then it kind of panned out from there. I'm like, oh, that's kind of that was a nice little God situation there. So I'm like, a lot of the bands I saw, I didn't know we were nowhere close to.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, here we are. And then, kind of came across you, at one of the State Street Baptist events. And I'm like, wait, who is that? Wait. I know everyone knows you guys through Sherry, it seems, but your wife.
Yep, absolutely.
I was like, wait a minute, I think that's Doug.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little starstruck for a second. I'm like, I've seen you on the. I'm like, wait, that is him. But it was just kind of cool to see that at a little church in New Albany, and there you guys are there. So
we love what Roger's doing over there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some really cool stuff, and we're lucky to know him and that he trusts us enough to kind of be involved with what he's doing.
So that was kind of cool. So I had to throw that little just how I came across you. Then that was before we moved to, even knew we were coming to Kentucky, and then there you are.
A lot of people have that reaction, like, I against no one. Who's that?
Well, I just knew there was a bunch of bands. Every time they would announce somebody, I'm like, who is that? I don't know. Let's look them up, because there's so many bands out there, and we get influxed with all kinds of MP3s from people everywhere. So to actually have someone that we actually know.
Yeah,
and then connect with. So I appreciate you guys on that. And
well, it's like look, they're a group that they're against no one.
They're against no one. So, but you got anything else there, Jared? Or play a song or two, or?
Yes. So I got to give a huge shout out to Aaron Hobbs, aka Aaron Michaels. That guy was on my podcast a while back. He is super awesome. He is for those that don't know, he's the owner of Resurrection Records. He's got a ton of artists. Like not that long ago, he signed my boy, AK the Christian rapper, Aaron Cowles. He signed him. He's got so many awesome bands like these guys. He's got Devin Williams. Man, there's so many. Fear Night. There's so many groups, and I'm probably going to forget a lot of them, but it's just a bunch of them. And Resurrection Records, y'all go give them a like on Facebook. Go like Aaron Michaels on Facebook. And then also he just dropped a new song today, Aaron Michaels. So I got to listen to that later.
I haven't been around a radio today. I was actually off work, so I didn't get a chance to throw a radio station on today.
Oh, that's cool. And we, for those that's watching, y'all share this live out. We had 10 people in here. Now we got 6. We need y'all other folks to come back. So, because y'all gonna miss out on the cool stuff. So share this live. Everybody share, whether you're watching from Kwake Radio's YouTube, Cooners Outdoors Ministries YouTube, or Cooners Outdoors Ministries Facebook. And it's good to have Captain J back. It's been a minute since he's been live.
Yeah, moving to a new state, starting new work.
Going to seminary school.
I'm a seminary now. My first official class starts in January in like 3 weeks. So I got a lot of reading to do. Finally got the textbooks. Now I just got to start reading.
Speaking of reading, briefly talk about, or if you want to go into detail. So you're writing books now, and you and your wife are selling books.
We are sort of writing books. She's got one she published early in the year. It's like a bunch of daily writings that she had that she turned into basically little God nuggets and stuff, like how you went through stuff, and I turned into the positive at that end. It's called Winded. It's on Amazon. I have Music by Transition, which Transition was the name of my dad's band back in the 70s when he played semi-professional. It actually has a soundtrack. It's actually the cassette. Well, now MP3. I had the cassette of his music that was recorded in like 1975, digitally remastered. So it's like 70s disco type music. But the book is basically his poems and writings that he had back in the 60s that were never published because they were a little edgy. Then a little testimony about him because he passed away 22 years ago. Then a little bit of my testimony in the second half of Coming to Christ. And then I've started what's called the 4 Words Project, which is basically it's like a daily devotional, 40-day daily devotional, 4 words in it, and then you just write upon how that leads you. And then part of the proceeds from those sales go to the suicide hotline, that kind of stuff to help with that for outreach. So it's not just, the book's $10 on lulu.com. I don't have it on Amazon yet, but it's $10. And then part of the proceeds go to that. So that's just something I just kind of started recently. Finally updated the cover on that, and then we're working on a couple others, more testimony and that kind of stuff as well. So
very cool.
Books. Love them. Writing books.
Yeah,
now you've been read the others too.
You've been busier than a one-armed trombone player.
That is true.
You ever seen a guy with one arm playing the trombone?
He's busy.
Well, hey, look. If you see that, you better go buy him a steak dinner because that boy is talented. Well, that's so. Now that we got 11 people in here. I can't believe it. Wow, that is awesome. Y'all keep sharing the live. The more people, the better. Tonight's topic is hope, and we got these awesome guys here. I'm going to play some music here. Jason got the music preloaded, which is great. I've been jamming these guys, so I downloaded a while back. And it may have been, y'all may have sent it in to the emails how I got it. But I've been jamming 99, and that song is banging. It's a great message. Everybody needs to hear it, and that's going to be the first one I'm going to play here. And we also have some other awesome music. We have Oh Holy Night, the new Christmas single, and then we have How. So let's DJ do that beat back or whatever they say on the.
I don't know the term. You want me to get it? You got it.
There we go. And if y'all can't hear it, if you have another device, you can hear it. If you're watching from Facebook or.
There it goes.
Whew, I love the ending to this song. Man, that was awesome. Clap emojis, everybody. Yeah, rock on. I like it. What up, Daniel? There you go, Jason. There you go.
They just added this. They just added this stuff to it. I'm like, oh, wait, we have applause. There we go.
Yeah, I'm glad. I forgot about that. Maria Tate says, "Hello, Merry Christmas to y'all. May the Lord bless each of you." Merry Christmas to you, Maria. Thank you, Andrea Heller. Thank you, Daniel Partland. So, what y'all think of that song? That is "I Against No One." That's their hit single, 99. We play it on the station at Kwake Radio because we're just cool like that. And we play good music. We play the cool music. So, if you want to hear the stuff that K-Love don't play, you better tune into us.
And if you want to hear the heavier stuff, you go the deeper and heavier stuff we have on Midnight Mayhem. What, 11 p.m. Central?
Yep. And we play nothing but Christian rock music from 11 p.m. Central to the wee morning hours.
Like 4 hours of not commercial-free Christian hard rock, heavy metal music. So,
that's right.
And also, it's something different. Something different.
Yeah, and because I ain't gonna lie, I'm like a lot of people. I got tired of K-Love a while back, and I said, you know what? They don't play Christian rock music. They don't play Christian rap music. They play the same boring old stuff. I said, you know what? And I'm thankful that Jason asked me to be the marketing director because, like, I love Christian music. That's all I do is listen to Christian music every day. I listen to Kwake Radio at work a lot. Bluetooth speaker, and then I download the Live 365 app.
Mm-hmm.
Search Kwake Radio, and then boom. And these guys popped up there the other day because it's random. These guys popped up. I said, "Oh snap! That's my guest this week. Let's go." That fired me up.
Yeah. We appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate that.
So talk about the song. What the song's about.
Yeah, it's really it's really unambiguous as far as the meaning. I mean, if it's absolutely about Jesus always leaving the 99 to go after that one lost sheep. It's something that's really hits close for us because we've both been that one. We've both been that one that felt beyond redemption and beyond saving. But then to know that Jesus will leave the people that we think have it all together, and that they're the, whatever the perfect Christians are, that, just don't have any problems or, look like they just have everything going for them, that he'll leave them and come after the ones that are just stuck in the muck and the mire and in the ditches, because he values them as much as anybody else. And that was just something that really, really resonates with us. We've played a couple of secular shows. We played a mental health show. I don't know, within the last couple of months or so. 3 months. Yeah. Two couple months ago. And we were the only faith-based group, and the owners of the place told the organizer, they were like, don't preach, don't blah, 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 whatever from stage. We played 99, and I'm like, if you know anything about the stories from the Bible, you'll know what this song is, whether we preach or not. And we got some really good feedback, and had a lot of nice conversations afterwards. And I'd say that we were probably one of the only faith-based people in that establishment that night.
Now that is cool. I'm glad y'all got to do that because you wasn't scared to share your faith, even though they said, no, we don't want that, but you still found a way to share it. So that's great.
Absolutely. The way we look at it is you don't go to a hospital looking for healthy people. If you're in the fight, you got to be, and you're on the front lines, you got to be in the trenches. We've played churches, we've played, Christian festivals, and we love it. We love getting to rock out there. But there's just something about going into the going into those dark places where people need, they don't get to experience the true Jesus and a true follower of Jesus.
You can plant seeds and water them.
Yeah, you can plant seeds and water them. And, they might not make a full 180 degree, turn at that point, but you've planted something up here and they've gotten to experience you not being judgmental to them and putting them down and making them feel less than. Because I think that's what a lot of people, they get from that. That's their church experience, which kind of drives them away. Just because they've had that church hurt and they haven't really been able to encounter the genuine love that Jesus has for them.
Amen. You got a question, Jason?
Not really. That kind of answered all the questions I had, but no, like Doug and I had talked before. Like you hear 99, you know what it's about. If you know, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward,
powerful message. It's straightforward, to the point. And if you don't get it, there's something wrong with you. like that's just a powerful song. The heavy guitar riffs, everything, and it's the perfect song for the topic hope, because man, this is it's 2025, man. Like I was watching the world news today, and I watch CBS News, and usually at the end of their news segment, they only do 30 minutes. That's all I can handle the news, because I don't really watch news a lot except for that. And they always end the show with a good segment. But then just watching it today, and they were showing like people that were struggling with kids to have a meal for Christmas or this and that. And it's like, man, and just to hear these stories people share. But then you hear songs like that. It's like, hey, hope to a dark world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's really what, I mean, if you listen to a lot of our songs, they're kind of I don't know, what would you say, minor key-ish, kind of broody and everything, but it's close.
I mean,
but once you actually dive into it, you actually get the message. We draw you in with the melancholiness of it, and then hit you with the message.
Yeah,
they're not all sunshiny, but there's hope in each one.
Right.
I like that. So we're gonna go to the next song, and the Christmas song, "Oh Holy Night." So talk about that.
Jeez. Oh, this song fought us the whole way when we were making it. This will sum it up. I did not realize how hard Christmas music was until one, I started leading worship, and then the other, we started arranging our own stuff. It's hard. It's horrible. And I don't see how people do it. But this was one of those that I really liked the song. So we just decided, we're like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's put our stamp on it, and
Make it weird.
yeah, make it weird. Whatever happens. We sent it off for mixing and mastering, and the guy was like, I really like this, and he did his stuff with it, and it was actually a Marcus Sugg from Reclaim the Day. They're from up around Indy, and
Love them.
Yeah, but Becca and Marcus has Reclaim the Day Studios, and he did a bang up job on it. But I mean,
awesome.
It fought us kicking and screaming the whole way. It's probably the hardest, the song that's fought us the most.
I had nightmares.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He had nightmares. He was like, oh, it's horrible. And they started playing it, and it was all out of tune, and the people just told us that we sucked, and I don't know what's happening. And then we got the finished product back. We're like, okay, It's not bad.
That's funny.
I like that.
Man, Christmas songs, you know, I can imagine it would not be easy to do a Christmas song, especially one that's been done a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you think it's real easy because if you're listening to the radio, you're singing along with, Jingle Bells and All I Want for Christmas with You is You, if you can handle it, and all this other stuff. You're like, This is great, and then you start making it. You're like, I can't do this. Right? Yeah, just have your own.
Without making it too weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely one that's been tackled a lot. And as I've been listening to more of the stations since we've done it, I keep hearing different versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you haven't seen a red car for a while, and somebody talks about a red car, and then you see it everywhere. So,
since y'all mastered the task of doing that song, maybe Santa Claus will bring y'all something nice, like a new tour bus or something.
That'd be great. I'd take it and somebody to drive it.
Yeah, there you go.
A driver, that'd be great.
Hey, Jason, you want to drive a tour bus?
I only do small buses. I can't drive the big ones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
from the back of the short bus to the front of the short bus. No, I drive the short bus. But
nice.
Yeah, I don't do the big tour buses.
All right. Well, let's hit the play button on "Oh Holy Night." Maybe he'll send a hippopotamus.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, a weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees,
Okay, let's get some. There you go. Man, the clap emoji. Man, that when I was hearing that playing, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is what comes to my head when I'm hearing that playing. Obviously, that is the best, in my opinion. That is the best version of that song I've ever heard. Better than the boring old original version. And what come to mind was Metallica. I swear, I was like, man, this is Metallica right here. This is so them, you know. All right. Chills. Hey, look, yes, that is a phenomenal song there, Adrian. Yes.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I was very, very impressed. That's a very good song, and I'm glad we have it on the station rotation. Whoop whoop. So we play. So the way the station works is, of course, we have the Midnight Mayhem, which is Christian rock music all the way till the morning time. And then we have, during the day, we have a mixture of all three genres of Christian worship, underground Christian rap, and then Christian rock music. So it's not only played at the midnight show, but it's also played during the day, who knows how many times. So, which is awesome. And it helps with y'all charting, so maybe y'all will chart high in the CMW charts.
Let's hope so. It's, you know, and it's really weird because
We want to reach.
yeah, we want to reach more people. You know, everybody's like, oh, it's not about a lot of people. They're like, well, it's not about the numbers, and it's not about, you know, your charting position and all this stuff. And I'm like, it is, but it isn't, because yes, what we're doing is a ministry, and we are, you know, first and foremost, that is our mission. But in order to do that, you have to increase your reach.
That's right.
Unfortunately, music is a business, and whether it's Christian or secular or whatever, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it,
It
you know,
gets in the way of what we want to be able to do.
yeah, it kind of gets in the way of what we want to do, but it's kind of one of those necessary evils. So we do kind of look at, all right, well, you know, what are our plays looking like? Where are we looking like we're, you know, hitting in a specific chart or specific area. So it's not all about that, but for us to keep advancing where we're going,
Helpful.
yeah, for us to keep advancing, you know, the message that we want to get out, it is super helpful, like super helpful.
We're so thankful.
Yeah, we're very thankful, and it doesn't cost anybody anything. They just have to, you know, hit up a radio station and say, hey, this is what I want to hear. Now there's so many ways that people can help bands, and it doesn't cost them a dime.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Would I love people to buy all of our merch? Absolutely, I would. I would, but there are lots of things that people can do to help that doesn't cost anything, barely costs any time.
Subscribe to YouTube, then go to Facebook, hit like. And, you know, a lot of, so here's some social media tips. And Jason knows some of these too, and you guys may know them. So one of the social media tips that I want to give out to people is that I got a bunch of different Facebooks and a bunch of different groups I run. Out of the 16 or 17 Facebooks I run, probably four or five of them are actually personal. The rest of them are just some that I help with. And then the groups, 2 or 3 different groups I run. And one of the things I notice on Facebook is it gives you options. So like when you go like a page, especially on your phone, you can click where you just hit that like. Then you can see the drop-down menu. Then you can choose your settings. I choose receive all when I want to receive a notification when somebody goes live. It asks you that. So I click receive all. That way I get a notification every time they go live. Then I do the same thing for their post. And then where I receive all every time they post something, I get a notification. And then I do the same thing. It's like 3 or 4 options. I do that too. And then if I like a page and it's one of my favorite pages I follow, I put it in my favorites list. Of course, now Facebook has a deal where you can only put so many in your favorites list. But I've got y'all set. Every time y'all go live, boom, I get a notification. Every time I make a post, boom, I get one. Because if not, it would get lost in these 15 millions of posts of pages I follow. And I love doing that. And then with YouTube, a lot of people don't know this. like, okay, so y'all go over to Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries YouTube when this is over and give me a subscribe while you're at it. You can subscribe to these guys on YouTube and Kwake RYC Productions. One cool thing about subscribing on YouTube, there's a lot of cool features on YouTube, but one of them, you hit subscribe, then a lot of people say click the bell. And when you click the bell, you click receive all. That way, every time you post a video, somebody gets a notification that you post a video. And I encourage people to do that to my page a lot because I post a lot of videos. I got a ton of videos. And that way people get notified. If not, they'll just forget about it or whatever and won't see it unless they just happen to think, oh, I need to go look at this, and it works good for video premieres and stuff like that. And then there's a lot of cool features about YouTube, but that's one of the main ones is clicking receive all once you click subscribe because that helps people follow you.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing because that was really one good thing about when we hooked up with Resurrection Records. Jen Lamaris helps out with their doing social media and all that stuff. So that helped us tremendously because at the beginning before we even got on with Resurrection Records, you're looking at the social media people and then our wives that the four of us were our social media team, and along with everything else, booking and everything. It's the four of us. So Jen helping out with putting social media plans together and things like that has really helped because neither one of us are. How would you put it? No, I'd say we're a little social media savvy, but actually like keeping our eyes on the ball.
Squirrely.
Yes, we tend to get distracted. You dangle something shiny over here.
Squirrel this way, dog this way.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and then you get show days, where our heads are even more scattered and are more scattered and focused, on something totally unrelated to whatever else. Ours is trying. And
her business is Lamaris Productions, right?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I follow her Facebook, so y'all be sure and go like Lamaris Productions on Facebook.
Yeah, she does an incredible job. Yeah,
for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a ton of people, and we're extremely lucky to have her on our side. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
That's awesome.
I love Jen.
Oh yeah, Jen's great. And we've known her, even beforehand. We got to know her through the music scene, which is kind of lucky. Is like when we first started up, my wife and I had been in the Christian music scene for quite some time and gotten to know a lot of people and gotten to see what worked, what didn't, and just kind of how to interact with promoters and all that stuff. So when we were like, all right, this is what we're doing. We're putting music out. We're going to play shows. We're going to have merch. We're going to have all this stuff. We kind of had a nice head start on most people that start up and they're like, we just want to do this because my wife and I had been so immersed in that culture and that scene for so long. We knew what was, we had a good idea what was what, what's good, what's bad, what to stay away from, what to say, what not to say type stuff, step on people's toes. Which, we don't take that advice a lot of times. We can step on some toes and not feel bad about it, but that's
awesome. That's awesome. I like that. So how long have y'all been a band?
I think from it's probably been about 6 years from when we first really sat down and said, this is, I think this is what we want, what we should do.
Way back though.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it quite a few years before that. We were both on the worship team. I was a worship leader. Douglas was playing in the band, and we got to talking one day, and we're like, we we do the contemporary stuff on Sundays, but our hearts really lied other places. And I was like, I really
heavy places.
Yeah, heavy places. And I was like, I really feel like we should start doing our own thing. And he was like, I do too. It's funny that you say that. So the rest is, the rest is history from there. We have a very varied musical background between the two of us. Extremely varied musical background. So there's lots of different influences that get pulled in, which I think is kind of the reasons people, when they say, well, what do you play? And you're like, we have no idea. We don't know what it is. And nobody's really been able to tell us what it is, but everybody we've talked to said, it's not really like anything that's in the industry right now. And that's a good thing. Difference good.
Oh, I cannot wait to
Jesus tunes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the stuff that we're sitting on right now is even going to be a little more different and refined than what we've got right now. It's going in the same direction, but it's kind of broad. It's a broad direction. So
it sounds like two things. It sounds like, one, the music Jesus Christ would listen to and put his stamp on, and then two, it sounds like the music that Chuck Norris would listen to and put his stamp on.
I'll take it.
52 minutes, Jared. 52 minutes. That's a record for you to talk about Chuck Norris. If you guys know, you'll know.
Is that a thing? It's
a Jared thing. Yeah. It's a Jared
thing somewhere.
I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. I watch all his movies. I know all the jokes there is. And then one of the better ones was before the Black Eyed Peas met Chuck Norris. They were known as the Peas.
Oh Lord,
that's a knee slapper right there.
Oh.
I said Chuck Norris can make a slinky go upstairs.
I should have warned you guys. I'm sorry.
Chuck Norris doesn't necessarily do a push up. He just pushes the world down.
Oh no, I'm in trouble.
They said Chuck Norris can hit you so hard your blood will bleed.
Oh gosh, I'm sure this could go on forever.
And I listen to a lot. So I listen to us a lot, Kwake Radio. But I got to give a shout out to John Walden, who owns Revocation Radio, which is Andreas. He owns Revocation Radio in Birmingham. I've met him twice, and he does their morning program on Revocation Radio, and they're like a Christian rock station that plays Christian rock music, alternative music, and alternative hip hop, or rap, whatnot. And they have a slogan on there, and I got to figure out a way that we can integrate something like this into ours. But it says, like, they do different slogans, and it says the station Chuck Norris and his beard listens to. I like, that's great.
Absolutely.
Underneath his beard is another fist.
Right. Yes.
When Chuck Norris was going off to college, he looked at his dad and said, "You're the man of the house now."
Oh Lord.
So here's a question for Jason.
Okay.
So
Chuck Norris. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Have you ever met him? No. How did you start Kwake Radio? Tell the history of that.
Oh man, we don't got the time. Oh.
We got plenty of time as long as Jesus says y'all get going.
In short, basically I started in my Christian music listening in 2011, January of 11. So I'm coming up on 15 years of that. It started off as a 90-day challenge to listen to read the Bible from one of my wife's Mary Kay sisters. Like, read the Bible? I don't read, let alone the Bible. Mind you, I'm atheist at the time, so I'm like, that's not going to happen. But I knew Caleb had a 90-day or 30-day challenge to listen to Christian music. So I did a 90-day Christian music challenge, January of 2011. So then we went to Winter Jam. I'm sure everyone knows about Winter Jam, and they had
My shirt.
Red was there, and I was like,
Yes.
so I told her they had the pyro going and all that, and I go, if this is Christian, I can do this kind of thing. And they had KJ52, so I listened to him, check this stuff out. Yeah, they had some worship folks out there too, but I wasn't into that. Fast forward to 2016, I got tired of listening to, like, I heard some songs they had, like Caleb would play, and there'd be a rap break in it, and they would cut that out of the song. So I'm like, well, those are artists that are still doing stuff, and people could reach with that music too.
Yep.
And so I was like, got tired of me complaining about it. I said, oh, well, if you're tired, if you want to listen to that kind of music, the rap and the hard rock, start your own station. So
I will.
Here I am. One of my coworkers was into broadcasting. He went to school for broadcasting, so we started the station in summer of 16, and we kind of parted ways for difference of opinion on how we should run the ministry. No, we still talk here and there, so it's not like it was anything bad. Just we had different directions and views of it. So I kind of stuck with it, and that was in 2016. We've held probably 20-25 outreach events, concerts type deal. Never with the food. Roger and State Street, they got the food thing down. We like the band's part and the artist part, but the food part we never got figured out. So we're blessed to have that. But instead, it started off as a 90-day challenge for Christian music in 2011. 5 years later, it turned into a station. And now we're here 9 years after that, and I'm sitting here in seminary, in Kentucky, and I took it, like I said, took a little break from the podcast stuff, get situated and whatnot, and so is that play the music that other stations don't play, in that aspect, and then learned with Christian artists as well from doing all the events. You don't have a lot of them. 90% of them don't have that arrogance that you get with the secular artists and stuff. Like in the green room, in the back, hiding from everybody. I'm like, you just walk around and you're like, oh yeah, that's the band. They're right there. They're just chilling with everybody. They're people. You get even on a higher level artists like at Winter Jam, they still had that. We were in Peoria, Illinois, and Jordan Felice is back there playing table tennis with one of the other artists, just chilling. Just like it was.
That's
nothing.
cool. That's cool.
There's a lot less arrogance with it in that realm that we found. So I've kind of stuck with it. But that was a short story long. So my apologies.
Well, I can tell you this. I get aggravated with these stations that are scared to play Christian rock music or scared to play Christian rap music. Like most people's ideals, this is just my opinion. I don't care who gets upset by this, but there's so many times people think that it's got to be worship, like the stuff you hear on Caleb. It's got to be that, or there's nothing else. No, man, there's people that can rap bar for bar. They rap circles around Eminem, but they're Christian. But because they don't have a big name like Eminem, or they're too hard rock or whatever. Oh, they're not of Jesus. Oh, yes, they can be, and they are most of the time. And I'm so sick and tired of people thinking that the worship side's the only thing there is. The rest of it's the devil. No, man, there's some here's a for instance. So we had me and my buddy Cliff did Jesus in the Park, and it was Cliff's idea. And we had so me and Cliff had went to Outreach at the Beach, which is put on by Christian rapper Clean Slate. And Outreach at the Beach, they have a car show, and then they have nothing but music all day long, bands all day long. And they had a worship band, which was really good. I can't remember their name. Then they had a Christian rock band named Giving Grace. And Giving Grace was awesome, but sadly they're breaking up now. I saw that the other week. And then it was nothing but Christian rappers all day long. And Brian Trejo was the headliner, which we play him on the station, Brian T. And we got done with the event. It was the most powerful event I've ever been to. Lives were changed. People was getting saved. They were running to the front of the stage to accept Jesus. It was that. And if it hadn't been so many people by the stage, I believe it would have been people running, like really. And so Cliff said, after we left that, Cliff said, well, hey, I want to start a event in Grove Hill for Christian rap artists, and I want to put it on the Grove Hill. And he got the idea. Actually, he called me. I was at a car show, and him and Chastity, his wife, were at another concert. This is a few weeks later, and they went to go see Joe Nestor. It was several of them. Nikki Gracious. Sadly, Joe Nestor passed away recently, but he went to go see him and a bunch of Redeemed and a bunch of these guys. And then that's when he called me after the show, was telling me how awesome it was. He said, man, I felt like God's telling me to put on a Christian rap concert around Grove Hill. I said, okay, well, deal. I said, I'll help you, whatever we got to do. And he said, okay, deal. And then he said, we can use your ministry to put on the event. So he helps me with my ministry. He's on the team, which is great. So I said, okay, whatever we got to do. So we hustled. We got sponsors. It was Be Prophetic. Brett Jarnigan, his name. He's been on the show twice. Redeemed. Josh Richards is his name. Redeemed is super awesome. That's my brother. And then we had Clean Slate was a headliner. Joshua Hutchinson's his name. And then his wife is Mallory Hutchinson. She goes by Mallory B. And then it was Jimmy Hunt. Shout out to Jimmy Hunt. And Our Love and Be Radical. Forgot his name and his wife's name. But they came and they performed. And my awesome friend Tracy Newton and my awesome friend Thorne Lear, if they just happen to be watching, shout out to y'all. They helped me with the car show. Them and Joseph Hooks helped me. And then of course Gina helped me too. Gina was awesome. But Tracy and Thorne and Joseph were my judges that helped me judge the car show. Well, Tracy and Thorne didn't get to stay for the whole concert, but they got to stay long enough to hear Brett Jarnigan, which is Be Prophetic. They got to hear him on stage. He gets done, and they stayed there long enough to hear Jimmy Hunt. And Jimmy Hunt, he's one of them Christian rappers. Like, he gets out there in the crowd. He gets everybody hyped. He's crunk. He's out there, and then he's like rapping in front of everybody, and he's just spitting bars, spreading the gospel. And you know what? Tracy and Thorne both admitted to me. They said, you know what? We may not got to stay for the whole thing, but they said, after hearing those first few artists, the way they worshiped and the way they spread the gospel out there, and we have a complete different outlook on Christian rap, and it's not what we thought it was. Mm-hmm. And that touched me to hear that. Both of them say that. I was not expecting that. And they still say it to this day, and they've told who knows how many people that same thing. And it just goes to show that just because somebody does music a certain way, like Christian rock, like you guys, or rap, like Jimmy Hunt, doesn't mean it's bad. You know, some people just need, in my opinion, they need to get out of their stupid little bubble and learn to listen to other stuff too, because it's still praising Jesus. It's still good music. So that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've done all kinds of variety of our outreach events, and we've done we had a go big or go home message from God to try that, and we did, and it was interesting. Financially, it was interesting, but we had hard rock bands, bands from Indiana, we have people from St. Louis, all kinds. We had hip hop and hard rock and all kind of stuff, and we had one of the hip hop artists from Atlanta. Oh, he was St. Louis. And one of my wife's friends or coworkers' sons was walking by the park, and he heard him playing and doing his hip hop, and he's like, connected with the artist. They were It was
kind of losing Jason.
was out of St. Louis, and they were talking, and they connected afterwards and stuff. Like 3 or 4 weeks later, this kid was always getting in trouble. He was stealing from Walmart. He was a problem. He had a lot of issues with getting into trouble. His mom's like, was working with my wife and said, no, since that.
No, it's Jason.
Yeah, I think Jason froze. I know what happened. It's doing like the government not wanting to work.
Hey, I'm a government employee. I can't say anything.
Oh, I wasn't trying to put you in the bus.
Nah, it's all right. I've spent my entire career in some sort of government work, and my wife made the much wiser career decisions than I did. so yeah.
Jason, he's frozen time.
Yeah, he is, or else he's a really good, doing a really good statue impression.
It's like when you go to New Orleans, you see them people spray paint themselves silver and they don't move until you move, and then you drop $1 in their.
Yeah, kind of like in the same vein as what you all were talking about. Everybody, like, oh well, contemporary Christians, if you don't do anything, if you do anything other than contemporary Christian stuff, then it's not glorifying Jesus or all that stuff. And
look at what's going on with Skillet.
True, yeah, the whole
controversy,
the whole Skillet thing with the "O Come Emmanuel," and
I love that.
People getting in a tizzy about that. But my wife and I were doing this thing. We were trying to do something second Sunday of every month, and we had some hip hop guys come in, and my mom, she she would let you know what she thought. She loved our stuff. She was like, I can't understand what you're saying, and I don't really like the screaming, but I support you all. And there was a hip hop guy that was there, and he was doing his thing, and she was like, I don't like rap, but I like you. And I was like, that right there is a high comment from,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. She was like, I don't like rap, but I like you. And he's like, well, I thank you very much.
So, got your computer back, Jason?
It seems like I have. You gotta love free internet.
Yeah. So finish your story about the guy was doing the hip hop.
I said, where did I end?
Somewhere here.
What was what's the last thing you heard?
It was something about a guy was doing hip hop on the street.
Hip hop on the street.
The kid heard the hip hop going on, and then it kind of froze from there.
Gotcha. So yeah, this kid that was ended up being my wife's coworker's son. No, he heard Integrity, who's out of St. Louis. He heard the music, got his mom, brought her back. He listened to the music, that talked to the artist, and connected with Integrity out afterwards. Right after the event, he stopped getting in trouble. He's in timeout, kind of deal at school. He was like 15, so doing that kind of thing. Never got in trouble again. All that kind of stuff. Just going the right path after not getting in trouble. So that was a big improvement. A couple years later, we had our old 95 conversion van that said Kwake Radio on the sides, like our logo all across. So he knew who we were. He comes across, knocks on our door, and remember me? Like, looked familiar. It had been like 3 years. Hasn't been in trouble since. He got graduated high school, all that kind of stuff. And so he was that kind of changed his whole trajectory of after that was that one event. Going for that one. We had, I mean, it was, I mean, all kind of, we had like 8 different bands and all that, but that's the one that was a positive turnout. That's what that was a little fuel to the fire to keep doing what we're doing. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool story. I'm glad you shared that because that is cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you for a few minutes, but
that's all right. Hey, Kitty. Kitty says hi.
Yeah, she does.
Mine's asleep over there behind me, or I'd show him.
I think there might be one. I can't tell if DK's up there. Yeah, we have several, and they're all rescues.
That's awesome. You can't beat that with a stick.
No, we don't so much as pick them; they pick us.
That's awesome.
They know where the suckers live. And that's
Well, everybody that's watching, we love interacting back and forth with y'all. So y'all comment, let us know where you're watching from, and if you have any feedback on this topic, you'd let us know because I think that one thing. So for those so I'll get Jason to explain. Explain what Kwake Radio means. I already know what it means, but
what Kwake Radio means. It stands for King Without a Crown Every Day. No, and the second K is for crown, because otherwise it's Quace, and that's just a really weird sounding.
Yes.
No. And without the E, it's Quack, and that's not a good name for a Christian radio station either. So we negotiated and came up with Quake. Sounds better. So I mean,
you guys a bunch of quacks.
Yeah, exactly. So we settled on Jesus is a king without a crown, and he is every day. So that's how we got that, and that just started. I said that was 9 years ago. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's and I love that, and I love the 2 slogans we use on the station. The 2 slogans is where music is therapy, which music is therapy, and then also my favorite out of the 2 is being a beacon of light in the darkness. So not only does your guys' music is therapy, your music is therapy, but it's also being a beacon of light in the darkness. Because look, there's all kind of bad stuff going on. Like today when I was watching the world news, and I hate negative stuff, but I was watching this, and they showed a nursing home up north somewhere. A gas pipe or a gas pump or something had exploded in the building next door, and the nursing home had to be evacuated. People were killed. There were people, they had to transport a lot of the patients out of there. And I'm like, man, this is horrible. Like, it's like, it brings your mood down when you hear something like that. But that's one thing I like about Kwake Radio is we play cool music like their music, and people can listen to that and say, oh, let's just forget about all this negative stuff. We want the good stuff, and they come to Kwake Radio to hear these guys.
Yeah, and just as a reference, when he says somewhere up north, if you haven't caught on, he's a little southern. He's in Alabama, so everyone is up north from what he said.
Yeah, look, I'm in LA,
everyone.
Lower Alabama.
Yeah, he's from LA. He's from LA, Lower Alabama. I've used that line, but so just reference someone up north. For us, it's different. That could be Indiana, Minnesota, Michigan.
Yeah.
For him, it's not. Yeah, for him, it's half the United States.
Yeah, I'm as far redneck as you can get.
Yeah.
We went to a show. We went. I think it was a summer rock fest, and they had it billed as in being in Mobile, but it was actually in a town called Bayou La Batre, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a city rock fest. Yeah. And
shout out Joseph Rojas.
It's in Mobile, and then we get there. It's like Bayou La Batre, Alabama. I'm like, it does not get much Alabama. A place called Bayou La Batre? Absolutely.
That is rated R for redneck right there.
That's country right there. Yeah.
I wished I could have went to that show because, Mobile is an hour and 20 minutes from me, and then Bayou La Batre is about the same or so. So that's cool. I bet that was a rocking show.
it was an interesting one. I think wound up Disciple was headlining, but one of them, I think it was either Joey or Josiah's. I can't remember who it was. One of their grandparents died, so they had to load up and go. So
That sucks.
they opened, and as we ascend was on that one.
Ooh, that is awesome.
Yeah, random hero.
Ooh,
Gosh, I can't. Seventh Day, of course, and then it was years ago.
Before.
Yeah, before us, and it was funny because Brian Boyd from Amongst the Giants. They were not really amongst the Giants yet. He was crewing for that. He was crewing for that
They
show.
were around the Giants.
Yeah, they were almost the Giants. But it was
half a giant.
right. So they Seventh Day played, but then they were also like Joe Rowe wasn't feeling really good, and they wound up like just pulling a bunch of different things. It's like Aaron Watkins from Random Hero got up there and did like a little acoustic set, and then As We Ascend got up and they did a little thing, and then they pulled up Brian, Blaze. Ken played bass. So
Wow.
amongst the Giants actually got to headline that City Rock Fest tour, and they were
Wow.
not prepared at all. you could see it in their face. They're like, "Oh, here we go."
Probably what it looked like.
Oh, I'm sure. Like it's what we look like every day. We're like, and there was a huge. There was like almost tornado like storm that came through at that point. I remember that too.
Don't. I'm looking at you.
So, yeah, that was an interesting one.
That is legendary because As We Ascend is no longer a band anymore, which I'm sad about.
Yeah, no, and Random Heroes not either.
I know, I'm sad about that too.
Yeah, they're ones that we got to be really, really, really good friends with. Yeah, we'd pick like hitch on with the tour and like kind of hang out with them for a couple weeks. So we kind of go on tour with them, and that's really where we got to know a bunch of the bands.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, and it was it's like when we met them the first time, and it was like we just been friends forever, and then from that point we just kind of built up more of a relationship, and when it was they were on a Red tour. I think it was the End of Silence tour.
Oh,
And they had an off day before they had to go up to Pittsburgh. So they came over to my mom's house, and we all hung out in the pool and just hung out around the pool all day, and went to go eat at B-Dubs that night, and then trucked it on to Pittsburgh.
man, that's cool because Red's one of my favorites. So Striper and Red are my all-time favorites, and I've seen Red 4 times in concert. And I ain't gonna lie, when I finally got to meet the band Red, Michael Barnes, the lead singer, and man, I ain't gonna lie, when I met the whole band, they had just got rid of their drummer not long before that. They got the new one. I forgot his name, but
Dan is the one that.
yes, Dan's the one they got rid of.
Right. Yeah.
That was the one they were having problems with. And so they got rid of him, and he had been with them. He wasn't the original OG, but he had been with them for like 3 or 4 albums. He had been with them a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I met the new drummer there, and I ain't gonna lie, I wish I got there earlier because I wanted to say more to the band at the VIP meet and greet, but my GPS took me to the wrong location. Imagine that.
Took you to
and so, yeah, it took me to back. And so, and so I finally get to the venue, and Keith Wallen, which is the lead guitarist of Breaking Benjamin, he opened, and it was the Red acoustic tour. Now, I'm not big into acoustic music, but I'm telling you, this is by far the best acoustic music I've ever heard. most people, when they think acoustic, they just think just one guitar only and that's it.
Right.
No, these guys, they did everything, full instruments. It just wasn't plugged in. And like, it was amazing. Like, acoustic guitar on stage. They still had big drums. They still had whole 9 yards, but it was not electrified. And that was just so cool. And like, I nerded out meeting the band. I was like, oh my gosh, this is Michael Barnes right here. This is like, what? And I will never forget this. It was at a venue called Saturn, which is in Birmingham, Alabama. And they had it's the only venue I've ever been that was like this. Like, it's cool. I'm not a fan of bars. I don't drink. I don't like alcohol. But this place was half bar, half coffee place, coffee shop, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And on one side, they had board games all over the wall, and you could take a board game off the wall and play it while you eat.
It's like
Then they had one beside the board games on this wall, but on the other wall over there, they had video game consoles, and you could go up there and play video games while you're. I thought, wow. Then the bar was, of course, on the other side of the venue, and this whole place was called Saturn because it was space themed.
Yep.
So everything was black lights and neon, and they had Saturn pictures of Saturn in there. Saturn ring, everything was black lights,
that's
and I will never forget when the concert ended. Keith Wallen, by the way, he did the best solo acoustic show I've ever seen was done by him. And he mentioned he's been best friends with the band since 2008, I think he said. And I will never forget, I got to go meet him. And he had mentioned that he was going to be signing autographs at the end of the show. And it's like, okay, this is cool. I like Breaking Benjamin, and I don't like some of their stuff because obviously the language in some of their stuff. But I was like, yeah, I grew up listening to these guys in high school. It's like, this is cool, man. So I remember a lot of people was going up to meet him, and I went out to my truck, and I said, you know what, I got to find. So I carry these little pocket crosses. I don't know if you see that or not, but it's aluminum pocket cross. And it's got a dove on there at the bottom, and it says, God loves you on the pocket cross. And then on the back of it, you can't see it on this one because it rubbed off, but on the back of it, they stamped my favorite verse, which is Isaiah 53:5, King James. And in fact, I'll read that verse. It's on the back of my shirt I'm wearing, and this new shirt I got here. But I got the verse from Stryper, which is my all-time favorite band, and he says, but he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. And so on these pocket crosses, I had that stamped on the back of it. And then on the card, I wish I had one of the cards here. I read to you what it says. But the card, it's a company called Agora, and they make these little these pocket crosses called Cross in My Pocket. And they make these silver ones. You can get them engraved, and different ones they have engraved. Then they have like anodized aluminum, which are different colors. Then they have the little wooden ones you can get. This got the wooden ones. They get the wood. They told me comes from Jerusalem, which is cool. And so they're all made in Georgia, which is made in the USA, which I'm a huge fan of. And so I remember I looked and looked and looked for one of these crosses. And I said, I got to give him one. And I searched in my toolbox and searched and searched and searched. I said, man, I know I got to have one of these because I usually get about 30 or 40 at the time and pass them all out. And I finally found one with the little booklet that went with it, or the little card. And on the back of the card, on the other side is blank. So I had them print my ministry logo in that verse. And on the front is the talks about the cross in the pocket. And so I remember going up to Keith Wallen, and he was about to walk off from the meet and greet with everybody. I said, hey, Miss Keith, how you doing? He said, oh, I'm good. I said, man, I was telling him how much I loved his music. I said, man, that was really, really good. I was very impressed. And he was thanking me. I said, here you go. I got a free gift for you. He said, oh, what's that? And so I handed him the cross with a little paper, and I said, read this. It would do you some good. And I usually tell people God loves you, and I probably told him the same thing. I don't remember. But I remember giving him that, and he was so touched by that. Because I mean, I could tell obviously that he's not a Christian by the way he talked and stuff on stage. But I figure, with these guys with Red being an influence to him and they're Christian, I said, man, they might rub off on him. And then me giving him that. And he was just tickled to death to get that. And he thanked me immensely. He was super nice. I got my picture made with him. And I remember posting the pictures on Facebook, and I tagged his artist page. And usually when a artist is so big, like they usually just pay somebody to check their social medias. They don't check them. They don't care to check them. But he actually checks his own social media, makes all his posts. And I remember him heart reacting or liking some of my pictures. I thought, man, that is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So who knows what that pocket cross did for him.
Yeah, definitely.
I know it's a long story, but you just never know what people.
No, that's they make fun of me because I can talk. I mean, I can go and go and go. So they give me 14 kinds of crap for. It's like, oh, here he goes, he's talking again. So.
Hey, look, that ain't nothing. I know somebody that talks so much. It's a run-on sentence. There's no periods. There's no commas. Like, I am dead serious. I've got a top 10 list of people that talk too much. And this guy is number one at the list. And he will talk so much. And you finally just have to start screaming or something to get him to be quiet so you can finish saying what you got. It's like, man, it's like, and I've never in my life, like somebody, he'll be going, well, I went over and went fishing today. I went to school the next day, and then I did this, I did that. I'm like, that does not make any sense. And just keeps going on and on and on. It's like, make it stop.
Yeah.
So did you want to get to the last song there? Jared,
yes.
Or?
Last song. All right. So, yes, tell us about that song.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, it's Douglas's favorite. This one.
Also, we won't play it then, so we're gonna end the show. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Sad face.
No. So this
sad face.
There we go. I had to see another sign. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So this song actually came from a season that we were in. We just felt so apathetic and empty. And why are we doing what we're doing? How can we?
How are we supposed to be a light when we feel dim?
Yeah. How are we supposed to be? How are we supposed to feel like? How are we supposed to be a light when we feel so dim? How could Jesus even use us in the frame of mind that we're in? And
pouring from an empty cup.
Yeah, just pouring out from an empty cup. And that's where this song came from. And then we were also able to see that even in our lowest, where we don't feel like we have anything to offer, that people would look at us and be like, well, how can you be a Christian? Look what you're going through and look how you're feeling. And it's actually one of those things that we are going through that, but you still have that reliance on Jesus, and you're really just those are the moments you really have to lean into them. Mm-hmm. And people can see that and they go, oh, okay.
It's not your light. It's not our light.
Right. Yeah. So people can see, okay, well, you've got all this going on, yet you still have faith, and you still are being able to rely on Jesus in the things that you're going through. So even when you don't feel like you're being used, you can still be used in that space. Mm-hmm. So that's where this song came from.
Awesome. I like it. And that's the perfect message for the show, which is hope, because there's a lot of people going through rough stuff. So,
yeah.
Hey, and it looks like Jason's internet booted him again.
listens ago.
Yep, he really was. He was like, no, okay, it's your favorite. We're done. Bye.
I hate it.
I think Chuck Norris kicked him off.
Probably.
And you know, they said Chuck Norris is the only person on earth that can kick you in the back of the face. I don't know how that's possible, but I would pay to see that. All right, let's hit play.
What can I do if my eyes are open, but blind to the wonder that's surrounding me? What do I do with these words that are spoken, deaf to the wounded and hurting around me? What should I do with these hands that are open? Just go through the motions, they're reaching out to me. What can I do with this heart that is broken? For the lost and the lonely, for the one who's lost is me. Care for a world that is broken. My feelings are standstill, stuck in neutrality. How should I reach for the ones in need? My arms are filled with my own apathy. How do I walk a mile in their shoes? My feet are tired from my humanity. How do I reach the least of these? When I feel there is no one that is less as me. I'll find you along the way. Oh no, the path is coming closer. Come close. Remember that you're
Sad face. Jason kicked off again.
Yeah, see that.
Sherry, I had to highlight Sherry's comment. Doug doesn't forget the words when it's recorded. LOL.
Yeah, there's a really funny story about that.
There's a couple of
There's a couple of
about that.
stories about that, but this one's really funny. We did a little festival up in Indiana, almost to the Illinois, close to the Illinois state line and Missouri state line. I can't remember. Anyway, it was way up. Like you went up to Indianapolis and hung a left and just kept going. And that song came on, and we're doing our thing, and blah blah blah. And we get to that little break. Oh, we lost. Did we lose him too? Ah. Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
all right. So we got done with the first verse and a little break there, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot the second verse. And it's not coming to me. And I look over at Douglas and I'm like, dude, I forgot the lyrics. And he's just looking at me like this. And I'm like, no, I'm real. I forgot the words. And he's like, he's smiling, just nodding his head. And then it came in and I'm like, sorry guys, I forgot the lyrics to my own song. I'll pick it up at some point. And then I wound up making this. Oh shoot! It's that meme.
Yeah.
It says, "Dude, I forgot the lyrics." And that's pretty much what it was. That's pretty much how it looked.
I didn't know what to do.
But and that's we don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, if you listen to the music, you're like, oh, these guys are just super serious. They got to stick up their butt or something. No, we.
Hey, it's good to joke around and laugh.
Yeah, we don't take ourselves too serious because we know why we're doing what we're doing. And
there's such a thing as taking things too serious. Like I used to be one of those people. I was negative about everything, and I was like super, super serious. Now I like making people laugh and telling jokes. Like life's too short to be too serious about everything. So
absolutely. Absolutely.
And Andrea Heller's laughing. Jason left because the internet kicked him off, and I think a lot of people using the internet, so it's bogging his down. So,
yeah. Because I guess
sad face.
At the seminary, because he's living on site there, I think, isn't he, or close to it? He's like,
I think so.
Housing. So yeah, I'd say that there are probably tons of people on it.
Well, look, tell them, Jason, that this live feed is more important than what they're doing with the internet.
Right.
So here's a question. What do you call Jesus working out?
I don't know.
Jehovah Fitness. So one of these days I'm gonna get rich, and I'm gonna have me a gym called Jehovah Fitness. And when you walk in, it's a picture of Jesus deadlifting the earth in the background.
There you go.
That's another knee slapper there.
Oh gosh, that sounds about like the stuff my wife sends me. She sends me these horrible dad jokes.
Whoever come up with that is genius.
Yeah.
So here's something cool to run by y'all. So I don't know if Jason's told you, probably not. So I've got a project I'm working on with my ministry and would love y'all's feedback. So a while back, me and my awesome friend Cliff that helps me with the ministry, we went to see Disciple in concert. And if you go to my YouTube, Coonhounds Outdoors Ministries YouTube, you can scroll down. The very first video that I ever posted to my YouTube was the full entire concert for Disciple. Okay. And it was way over an hour. I took my cell phone that I had at the time, turned it sideways, and I put it on a tripod. Of course, now I've got a super nice video camera that I use to film dirt track races with, that I take to shows now. But anyways, I had my phone out, and the video of the Disciple show. We drove 3.5 hours to Pale City, Alabama. And that's a long ways, but I said, you know what? This is a free concert. I've never seen Disciple in concert. I want to meet these guys. I'm a huge fan. They're in my top 5 list of bands. And and so, like I love my Christian rock music, like I'm on the street team for 7 Day Slumber. And so I told Cliff, I asked him if he wanted to go. He said, sure. Okay, well, there's a website, and I'm not going to bash them because they're a multi-billion-dollar website, or however much it's worth. But the website Bands in Town, you guys have heard of them. And Bands in Town was advertising this show. And I want to say I've got an online profile with them. So, and it kept saying, on the website for this disciple show, it kept saying, check back. We're going to update with information on the show. Well, I kept checking. I said, darn. I said, they're not updating. Like, why are you advertising a show and not updating? And so I reached out to Josiah Prince, their guitarist, for most people that don't know. I reached out to him on Messenger. I said, hey, Josiah, y'all still having this show? And he said, yes. And he didn't know a whole lot of information about it other than that it was a free show. And I was like, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I didn't know if it was going to get rained out or what, because we live 3.5 hours away. So we go up there and we get there 5 minutes before Disciple goes on stage, literally 5 minutes. I'm fired up. I'm setting my tripod up, setting my phone up. And it turns out there was some kind of festival or rock show or whatever they did that day. I don't know what it was. To this day, I still don't know. But they had some kind of little festival or whatever, and it was like 3 or 4 other bands that played before Disciple. And I ain't gonna lie, I told Cliff I was upset by that. I said, man, if I'd have known that, we'd have came earlier and we'd have heard these other bands, because the guy that was announcing Disciple, hey, we want to thank these bands for that it played or whatever he said. And I said, man, and it was cold that day, but I didn't care. I love cold weather. I said, man, this is great. And so, and I was disappointed. I said, man, that hurts. I said, man, we'd have come early. So I thought since then, I said, you know what? Like, there needs to be a website just for Christian rock artists to get their shows out there. And several years go by, 3 or 4 years go by, however many years it's been since I went to that show. And it was a great show. Like, I met the whole band. They were super awesome. Joey and everybody, they were super nice people. And so we left, and about 3 years later, maybe, I was on Facebook about 2 or 3 months ago. And actually, it was probably longer than that. It was several months ago. I was on Facebook, and I was searching, and then I started Google searching. And I said, you know what? There's got to be a I said, man, I was getting aggravated. I was like, man, I'm having to go to all these bands' websites to find concert dates. And I was kept, and then I forgot some bands, which is strange because I usually don't forget bands. And my mind, I had a brain fart, and I said, wait a second. Then I started Google searching Christian rock band names. Like, oh yeah, this band, that band. And I bet you I went to 12 different websites of these artists to look for shows. And then I felt the Lord telling me to build a website just for Christian rock artists to have a place to get their show dates out there. And so fast forward several months later, I've been working on it. My website is like 90% done, in my opinion. And I got the name of the website down. It's called Spirit Burning. And have y'all ever heard of a Christian rap artist named ASAP Preach?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar with the music.
Okay. So you'll have to look him up. I'll send you some of his music, but so ASAP stands for Always Say a Prayer. And he's younger than me. He is my favorite Christian rap artist out there next to KJ52. And so I met him in concert at the first Outreach at the Beach event I went to, and I ain't gonna lie, I nerded out. He's younger than me. And this guy's like, he tested my knowledge, and because I can rap some of his songs. I can't sing. My singing voice sucks, but my rapping voice, I can do okay. And so he tested my knowledge, and he's got a song called Spirit Burning. And part of the lyrics goes, inside, I feel like I'm yearning. Jesus Christ, you give me life, you give me purpose. Give me life, came and saw it and confirmed it. You heard my cry, and then and you took all of my burdens. It says, I saw my God in a fire. And then he says, I can feel my spirit burning. So as part of the lyrics, and then he tested my knowledge and asked me a line of the song, and I said the line, and he was impressed I knew it. He's like, oh, dude, that's cool. And so, and then he gets on stage and he's wearing camouflage pants and rapping on stage. I was like, man, this is my people right here, like wearing camo and rapping about Jesus. You can't beat it. And so like, and I took that song, and I play it over and over. I could probably rap it backwards and forwards, just about it. And so the more I listened to it, I said, you know what? I said, maybe this needs to be the name for my website. And then I can use the song. And so I reached out to him. His name is Ian Barnett's his name. And he's been doing Christian rap probably 10, 15 years or more. And he's been doing it quite a while now, long enough to where he's already got a documentary out. And he was in prison, went to prison for a while. He was a bouncer at a bar because the only reason he was a bouncer at a bar is so he could get free alcohol. And then he gave his life to Christ after going through a whole bunch of stuff, gave his life to Christ and rededicated himself. So now he tours the country doing Christian rap music. And I reached out to him a few months ago. I said, hey, do you mind if I use your song Spirit Burning as the name of my website? Because I didn't want to just grab the name and be like, no, it's just wrong. I wanted to ask permission. And he was tickled to death that I asked that. And he said, yeah, sure, go ahead. I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I named it. And then my awesome friend Ron Southern, who makes my logos, he made this logo on my hat here. And he makes all my logos. And Ron is an announcer at a dirt track at Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then he's also the track chaplain up there also. So he does all my logos. And so I got Ron to make me a logo for Spirit Burning. And so I feel like that there's no websites that I have seen that is devoted just to Christian rock artists to have a place to get their show out or show dates out. So I want to make it simple. Right now, it's just a one-page website because it's free. Eventually, if I ever get a sponsor or anybody wants to help out, then I'll do a 2-page and get a custom domain. And I want to make it simple, have an interactive map on there where you can, locate the show, the venues, and then have artists send in their dates. Of course, I got to start out small because there's no way I could do all 50 states by myself. But start out small, like Alabama, Florida Panhandle, and then South Mississippi. And so what y'all think of something like that?
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You could reach out and have them send you the information. Like, if we were going to be down there, we'd be like, hey, man, like, we're going to be here. Make it easier on him, so he doesn't have to go looking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That sounds like a really good idea, especially,
Does Ticketmaster do something like that?
I don't know.
You can look at a place and then see who all is going to be there.
I don't know.
Because there's really not anything like that.
No, there's not. And even like festivals and stuff, that would be really good because then you could.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You could see, okay, well, this band's going to be at this festival here. Especially like festival season, people being able to get a good, like a bird's eye view of where people will be, because I can't ever keep straight who's going to be at what festival or anything.
I can't keep straight.
Oh, awesome.
That's true. Yeah, we barely keep straight where we're going to be.
So I'm going to go here. I'm going to flip this camera around. I'll show you my logo that Ryan made me. And so let's see. Let me go to my Facebook here on the computer. And so right now I have a photo album on there just from concerts. And so I post pictures of like Christian rock concerts I've gone to on there. And then, of course, I have the About Me section of how I got started. And I got a picture of me and Josiah and Kevin Young, the lead singer. And then I got the video that I recorded from me and Cliff going there. I got the video as the headliner. Well, not the headliner, but it's one of the videos on there to show about where it all started. And then I have a interactive calendar on there. I don't know how well that's going to work out. It's a calendar from a website called Talkify. I've been researching what's the best free calendars or whatever. Of course, they have a paid subscription if you want to get fancy with it, but I was just looking for something plain Jane. And I got that on there so it can have the dates listed. And then one of the sections I have on there, of course, I have merch at the bottom. That'll come later on when I get merch, if I do. And one of the sections on there is band of the month or video of the month, excuse me. And I have, right now I've got Makor on there, but each month I'll have a contest. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do it. But I have a contest to where fans vote on a band to be featured for video of the month, whether it's an official video or a lyric video, preferably those two. And if they get voted, then it won't be the same band each month. It'll be somebody different. So like y'all release a new music video, and then you get your fans to vote, and the one with the most votes wins. And then I take it and I put it in there, and I've got the description of the video of the month set out. But then below it, I'll go in and edit from the website end, and I'll go in there and edit the description of the video and song, what it's about, and where to find the band and their social medias and whatnot. And then I want to have, and then of course I got the link because I'm building this myself. This is my 4th website I've built, and I got a link in there where you click, and it takes you to the radio station to listen online. And then I also want to have every band's social media in there when they get featured for video of the month, whether it's their YouTube or Facebook.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because everybody.
And you got any ideas or feedback? I'll send you the link. It's anything's appreciated.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
All right, and let me turn this around. Let's see. Let me. So, if anybody needs any logos, my friend Ron Southern is the man with a plan. He doesn't use AI, which I think AI sucks, by the way. It's killing music and taking jobs from graphic artists. So, so Ron made this on his computer, and he has a ministry called Racing Towards Jesus Ministries, and you can find that on Facebook. And because he's a track chaplain at the Speedway, he basically goes out and uses that to witness to racers and pass out Jesus tracts. And also, he just wrote I don't have it here with me, or I'd show you. Actually, yes, I do. He just wrote his first devotional, which is this devotional right here. And if anybody wants a copy, they can buy one from him. But it's Racing Towards Jesus Ministries. And it's got his info. Got a picture of him on the back. If anybody wants a good devotional, especially if you like racing, you'll love this. And so let me flip this around real quick before we end the show. And let's see. Camera. Camera facing back. All right, so what you think of that?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's a black cross, and normally I'm not a fan of the color black, but that just pops. It's got black, it's got a little bit of black and gray flames, and then it's got blue, which is my second favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got spirit burning at the bottom with the flames, and it's got the verse Psalms 95, 1, 2, and then it's got the blue music note with the heart and the flames. And then let me scroll down and let me see if I can find, I think I put the verse in the description here. Let's see. Actually,
95.1. That's our.
okay, let me look this up. Let's see. Psalm 95.
Yeah.
A joyful noise.
See it. I have a problem memorizing.
Not a good noise. A joyful noise.
That's right.
There we go. Psalm 95. Let's see.
This is Jesus is my rock.
Oh,
Yeah, no. Joyful noise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to read it, go ahead. If you.
It's really funny because my wife and I we have a ministry, and our ministry is called 95.1 Ministries.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah,
I had soup to eat here.
and it's actually from Psalms 95.1.
It's okay.
Yeah, it says, "O come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before his presence with thanksgiving and make a joyful noise unto him with songs." Man, that's awesome. So y'all want to talk about that ministry?
It's we were actually doing the second Sunday worship nights under that ministry, but getting cooperation of anything here around where we live is like
It's like pulling.
pulling teeth, and you just
Yeah,
And
no,
you-
it really is.
yeah, it's hard to get people to buy in with what you're doing.
Everybody wants to do something until it comes time to do something.
Yeah, it's always
Exactly.
our town's like there's never anything new to do, and then you do something new, and they're just like, well, this isn't like how it used to be.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so
That's not my kind of
so that's kind of where we are. 95.1 Ministries that's what we were doing that under, but we've kind of put that particular thing on hiatus just because we couldn't even get local churches to come in and do anything with us. We couldn't get them to bring their worship team in or anybody to come in and do it with us.
It's really disheartening. But we
Yeah.
had lots of independent people.
Yeah, we had lots of independent people come through, and when we put shows on, we'll periodically host shows. So we'll do it under the 95.1 banner. But it's kind of one of those things. It's like we have it, but it's not one of those. This is our ministry's the one that we're really focused on. Right now, 95.1 kind of we use that to promote different shows that we're putting on. But the I Against No One ministry is really the one that is our number one priority right now.
So do y'all have a website for either or? I know you got one for your band.
Yeah, we don't have a website for 95.1. We have a Facebook page, but it's pretty inactive.
Okay.
It's
So
pretty,
I'm gonna look that up.
The focus shifted.
Yeah, the focus kind of shifted from that to this.
Okay.
We are a joyful noise.
Yes, yeah, we're a joyful noise.
Maybe not a good noise, but a joyful noise.
We're a joyful and loud noise.
That's awesome. Well, that is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Having a joyful, and I hope to see you guys in concert one day. I definitely want to meet Jason because obviously he's all the way up yonder, and I'm down here in little old Alabama. But
Yeah,
that'd be cool to meet all y'all.
Yeah, Jason's a good dude. He's just,
Yeah.
I mean, he's over there in Louisville. So, I mean, that's nothing like 45 minutes to an hour away from us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow, that is awesome.
yeah,
Probably end up meeting in Indiana.
right. Oh yeah. Everything's over in Indiana. Everything's just.
Didn't y'all do? I think Jason was telling me. Too bad his internet kicked him off. But didn't y'all do a show with him at Kwake Fest? I think it was.
No.
Or was it? No, not Kwake Fest.
We did something at State Street Baptist Church.
Yes, that's it. That's the one he's been talking about recently.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he sent me the videos. That was awesome.
Roger Van Fleet is the pastor at State Street Baptist Church, and he's got a barbecue ministry.
Ooh,
And yes,
that's down my alley.
yes. So especially during the warmer months, once a month he smokes pork, chicken, and then he does like a full spread. So he does food and then music, and it's entirely free. So
Wow.
like whoever wants to show up can show up. We've played there several times, and it's really cool because it's kind of the same people that show up. They don't go to his church, but they still come for that. And we've actually been able to kind of get to know them as they're coming, because we'll try, even if we're not playing, we'll go up and still support him. It's SSBC Outreach Ministries is what
Barbecueologist.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I love me some barbecue, which it's got to taste so good. It makes me slap my whole family and my cousins.
This stuff is incredible. And it's really cool that he's doing that to reach the community. And we are honored that he trusts us enough to be a part of it. So yeah, he's Roger's an awesome dude too.
Love that, man.
Yeah.
I need to make me a trip up there one day and hang out with y'all and get some barbecue, because that sounds amazing.
It's so good. It's so good. Really, really good.
Man, barbecueologist. I tell you what, I had some the other day. We had a barbecue where I work at. I work at a Mack truck dealership, and we had a barbecue company out of the big city of Mobile cater our barbecue. The best I've ever had. It was so good, I almost slapped everybody I work with.
That'd be a trip to HR right there.
I'll slap them too. I'm just playing. Hashtag slap happy.
Right.
So we're getting close to the end of the show here. Is there anybody else you want to shout out or thank?
You think? I mean, there's just.
I mean, Jen and Aaron, everybody with Resurrection.
Yeah, everybody.
Resurrection
family. Yeah, everybody at Resurrection. That whole group. Well, they've welcomed us in with open arms. Really kind of bought into what we're doing, even if it is a little weird.
It is weird.
It's weird, but it's good. People seem to dig what we're doing once they get a chance to hear it.
We're so excited to be able to share more.
Yeah,
we have so much that we want to be able to give.
Yeah. Our next release is February 17th. That's going to be our next official release.
Oh,
it's a song called Secret. And I actually wrote it on a couple years ago on the anniversary of 9/11. And I was just seeing just doom scrolling on social media. And I got so tired of seeing the just constant back and forth of, well, I hate you because you believe this. Well, I hate you because you believe that, and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I was really sitting there going, I remember right after 9/11 happened, how much people rallied, together.
The
unification and how that felt and how far away we've gotten from that right now. So that's where that song came from. So it has the potential to ruffle some feathers, but again, we don't care about stepping on some toes.
You got to. You got to be honest.
Yeah, we write and put out the stuff that Jesus puts on our hearts.
These songs happen like downloads.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of sit around and force it out. It either comes or it doesn't.
And Jason's right. Let's unify like it's 9/12, 2001. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was 16 years old when that happened. I was in high school when the planes hit.
Oh, God.
I was in high school too.
Oh, you know what? You all can both just stop.
Look, I was a wee little lad.
I was sitting in my second day at the police academy.
Actually, I was in middle school.
Shut up. I was in middle school.
I was in
that was my second day in police basic training is when that happened.
Very cool.
Forced to work.
That's right. We used stone tablets to write out citations.
Fred Flintstone it.
That's right. Yeah, but that's our next release. Which
you wait till that comes out.
right, I'm interested to see how that's going to land. But I mean, Jesus said roll with it, and we said all right, that's what we're doing. So
you got to speak your mind. Like I listen to like ASAP Preach. He's one that speaks his mind. I listen to Tyson James, Bryson Gray. Tyson James is one of those Christian rappers. He don't give a flying fart what people think. If the Lord told him to sing it, he gonna spit it. And he speaks on topics that all these other rappers that are on the mainstream radio are scared to say. Okay. And I love artists that ain't afraid to say what they think.
Oh yeah, I've really been digging Derek Minor and KB.
Oh yes,
Derek Minor and KB. Some of the stuff that they're coming out with right now, I'm just like, man, this was. It blows my mind because I'm sitting there going, man, it's gonna upset quite a few people. But I mean, Jesus went to the temple and flipped some tables. Sometimes
that's right. He showed there.
You got to flip tables. Those are two guys that I'm really digging what they're putting out right now.
I've seen both in concert, and they're great.
Yes, yeah. Derek Minor does these little things, just like these little short little things on Instagram where he'll kind of talk a little bit, and then KB's got the Southside Rabbi that he does his little podcast, and I've seen excerpts of that. I'm just like, man, these guys are getting on a whole nother level as far as talking about the real Jesus, and living and walking like the real Jesus, and kind of shining some light on a few things that they're just like, this is not what Jesus came and died for.
That's right. Bryson Gray did a song the other day. He's done a song with a lot of these guys, and he did a song the other day calling out these fake Christian rappers that they're scared to say the truth or step on people's toes. And I can't remember the name of it. He did it the other day. I said, "Oh snap! Shots fired." I said, "Well, they had to be fired."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So we've got that release coming up, and then we're doing a Resurrection Fest March 21st here in Frankfurt. There's going to be quite a few Resurrection artists for that.
So where can they get tickets?
Can you get tickets?
It's free. It's gonna be free.
So I thought you just
Sweet.
Yeah, it's free. Suggested $10 donation.
It's not required.
Yeah, no, it's not required. We're kind of one of those. It's like if you can donate, that's great. If not, we don't want that to be a stumbling block for you not coming.
Well, just
sure.
Come out.
Yeah, that's free. And then we're doing another Resurrection Fest in Ohio at some point.
February.
Is it February? Oh, okay.
I didn't think it was.
I was like, we don't know where we're going. So
the band wives run the calendars for us.
Yeah,
we couldn't do it without them.
No, they're our handlers. Our wives are definitely our handlers.
That's awesome. I'm glad you shouted them out. That way you won't get in the doghouse.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like the Emmys or something. You think about so many people that you could, shout out, and then you'll forget something. But
just do hashtag everyone. Shout out everyone.
It takes a village.
Yeah. The Resurrection Fest that we're doing in Ohio is at a place called Rock House 39.
Ooh.
And that place is really cool because
cool.
It's got, you were talking about the one place that had board games and stuff. Yeah, like Saturn.
It's kind of like Saturn.
He has a whole bunch of pool tables and some VR games.
Ah, that's cool.
There's a trampoline in there.
Axe throwing.
Like the axe, not with real axes, but axe throwing.
Very cool.
He's got the stage set up with the whole sound system, and he's trying to get something set up where he can serve food. But it's a really, really cool venue, and I hope that it takes off because
it's faith-based business.
Yeah, it's a faith-based thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's we played up there before, and
we're excited to go.
Yeah,
back.
it was great. It was a really cool venue. Really cool venue.
And Aaron's been talking to me because I love talking to him through Facebook, and then he's been on my show once, and he's been sending me artists, Resurrection Records artists, to come on the podcast here. I'm like, yeah. And look at there, Jason says he's going to be there. That's awesome. Paid time off. Man, it's party time. Look, when you see Jason Katz show up, Captain Kwake, it's party time.
But yeah, I'm shoot. If you all get something together down there, we're not afraid to travel.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, because he's been telling me. Aaron said, "Man," he told me a few weeks ago. He said, "Man, we need to get a Resurrection Fest in Alabama." Like, dude, because I'm gonna be real with you. You don't see Christian rock shows down this way. You never, except for Winter Jam, and of course, you know how Winter Jam is. You know, one Christian rock band per thing, and if it's more than that, it's like, you know. But I would love to see more Christian rock shows. Like 7 Day Slumber has been down here. They haven't been out where I live, but they've been in Mobile. And there's just nothing down this way, and except for when me and Cliff put on the Jesus in the Park.
Yeah.
And then my church, they'll have worship bands sometimes too. But I think it needs to be more Christian rock shows down this way. You know, like I was talking about earlier, people get out your bubble, and you know, we need to have some awesome groups like these guys, Aaron Michaels and Fear Not, awesome band. Any you know.
Yeah. We're not afraid to travel. I mean, we'll get in the RV and we go and we.
No, just feed us, man.
That's right. That's right. That's when Roger, when he first asked if we were playing, we're like, yeah. He was like, "What's your rider?" I'm like, "Food." Just feed us. And even if you don't have food, that's fine. But you know, whole little sign that says "We'll play for food."
So, what's your website?
Everything's I Against No One. So our website's IAgainstNoOne.com. I Against No One at gmail.com is our email. Across all of the socials is I Against No One.
The best way to get in touch with us is probably Messenger.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger is probably the best place because all four of us have access to it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
If somebody, you know, one of us will see something come through.
Somebody.
So yeah, all of our socials, all I Against No One, all one word. Our stuff's on all the streaming platforms.
The music is on all platforms,
and we have our YouTube page. So and we try to be like the real deal, you know, act like we know.
That's what I'm talking about. And I guess they can reach out to Resurrection Records for booking.
Yeah. They can do that. Yeah, Resurrection Records is fine. or us. Yeah, I mean either.
Okay.
Or.
Awesome.
Either or, and
very cool. And
we'll pretty much go. You know, somebody comes up, we'll be like, "Hey, are you interested?" We'll be like, "Well, we're always interested. Let's just see what we got. What we got popping."
We'll play for one person or 100,000. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And and that's one thing I'm going to do with my website. Is I haven't made it live, but it's like I can copy a link and send it to people to look at. But like one thing I want to do with that is for any show, whether it's a church, a small show out in the middle of nowhere, a big venue, stadium, overseas, you know, something for every Christian rock artist to get their word out there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read off one more thing. And if anybody wants to support my ministry, they can donate to $ Dirt Track Racing on Cash App. And then if anybody wants to buy any merch or anything, I have these these wood crosses I make. And I make these out of cedar, really old wood. This is probably 100-year-old wood or older. And I stain them. And then I burn a Bible verse on each one. I got a wood burner. I burn a Bible verse. And then on the bottom, I put Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries. I burn it. And then I burn my initials on the top of the bottom. And it just kind of sits up in place. If anybody wants one, I can do custom If somebody wants a different verse added to the front, I can do that. But I sell these 15. If somebody wants to buy one for shipping, just 15 plus shipping. And then I got these cool shirts here. If anybody looking for a good shirt, I don't know if I can display this right. You know what? Let me set my phone right here. Let's see. Got these cool shirts that are got my logo. Can't really see it because of light, but the logo and then the verse. And then the front has the logo, different colors. This is blue, obviously, but if anybody wants a shirt, then holler at me. And subscribe to Cooners Outdoors Ministries on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Like the Facebook. Subscribe to Kwake Radio, Kwake RIC Productions on YouTube, which is the official. And, of course, Kwake Radio. We have a podcast page for the Wednesday night podcast we do. Kwake Radio is the Three Wise Men. Somebody go like that Facebook. And then, of course, like these guys, subscribe to their Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, Kwake Radio Facebook. So appreciate y'all coming on. And y'all want to pray us out?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
I'll support you spiritually.
Oh, come on. It's not like you just had oral surgery. Oh, Jesus, thank you so much. Just for what Jared's doing with his ministry. There's so many different people that have so many different interests that he is able to take something that he is passionate about and be able to connect with people on that level, that personal level, and then be able to share the gospel, share your gospel with them through the mutually shared hobbies and interests. Thank you so much for the opportunity for us to come on and connect with him and, see Jason again. So we get to see him, quite often. And then for the Kwake Radio, for what they're doing, just getting that music to people who may not hear the type of music that will touch them on other radio stations. The type of music that they're not going to walk into a church so they can hear. They're more than likely to experience that type of music outside of a church, which they so desperately need. I lift up both Jared and Jason's ministries to you. Let them be that shining light, that force that can glorify your message to the rest of the world through their unique giftings and the anointments that you've put on them. And I think that's it. Douglas, are you hearing anything?
No, man. We're so thankful to be able to use gifts that were given to us in a manner that is pleasing to you, God. And we're happy to be along for the ride and to be used in a manner that you see fit. And we love you, and we love everybody that you've thrust into our way. And doing what you're doing, Jesus. That's all. That's it, man.
Absolutely.
We're thankful.
Amen.
Amen.
So I got two more little things. I forgot to read this out of my Bible here. So this verse I have stained on the front of this cross here is Hebrews 11:1, and it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen."
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good, and that'll tie along with this good Christmas message. And then one more question before we go. I just thought about this, and somebody asked me this the other day, and I had heard it before, but I forgot about it. And if I'd have laughed any harder, I'd have peed my pants. But what do you call pastors in Germany?
Oh, no. What?
German shepherds. Knee slapper.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I'm out.
Whoever come up with that, I want to shake their hand and buy them a steak dinner because that is funny.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate y'all coming on. Thanks everybody for watching. We had 10 people for a lot of the show, and we still got 4 watching, which is amazing. And if y'all like this show, please tune in next week. I do one every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And sometimes I have on guests several different times. It doesn't matter how much a guest comes on. So if y'all ever want to come on anymore, great. Sherry says Isaiah the dog approves.
He's our German Shepherd. He actually is a German Shepherd.
That makes it even funnier. That's great.
He's sacked out on the couch right now.
And thank you, Jason. Jason says thank you, guys. Man, I hate Jason's internet messed up. I was so glad to have Jason on, man. That meant a lot to me that Jason and these guys come on. 100 episodes, that's a lot. And then if I ever get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to do a giveaway. And if I get 2,000 likes on my Facebook, I'll do a giveaway. I've already got over 1,000, which is a blessing. So,
awesome. Yeah, good deal.
Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all later.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See ya. All right, all right. I just appreciate y'all watching. Those guys are awesome. Thank you, Jason. I gotta go. But yeah, if anybody wants one of these, they're $15. They're handmade. I use American-made nails put in the bottom of them. These are wood stains, so these are the stains, kind of expensive, but I buy the stains, so a lot of time goes into this cutting these out. I got a bunch of these. I got several different verses. And of course, I got these T-shirts. I use Bayside because they're American-made T-shirts. I like supporting American jobs. So if you want a good T-shirt, Bayside is the best brand of T-shirts. You see it on their tag right there. Well, actually, let me flip this around. You see it on their tag there. It says Made in the USA. I like supporting American jobs. I don't like supporting other countries' jobs. So thank y'all guys. Man, that was awesome. I Against No One. Those guys are super cool, man. Like, if they're still watching, I appreciate y'all. God loves y'all. Thank you, Jason. And if anybody wants to listen to Kwake Radio, so let me get the scrolling. Okay. There's a link scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We need people to listen to us because, I look at the analytics or the stats to see if, how many listeners we get. We're a small radio station. We're just a peon among thousands of radio stations. We're small. We're free. So if you want to donate to the radio station, go to kwakeradio.com. You can donate to the radio station to help us grow. Anything will help. And you can download the Live 365 app. It's free. Go on the App Store, Live 365, and then official Live 365 official on the App Store. And once you download it, it's basically a website that hosts radio stations all throughout the country. You can search any kind of radio station. Like I listen to country music. You can search country music. You can find all kind of radio stations for country music. But you can go in there and just type Kwake Radio, and you can find us on there. And we're free to listen to. You just hit the play button. Or you can just take that link that's scrolling at the bottom. You can take that link there, type it in, or I can send it to you. You can copy and paste it to your web browser and listen that way. It's free to listen to, and share the radio station because we need more people listening. Christian worship music like Michael W. Smith, Tom Golly, Newsboys, Mercy Me, New Song. Hey there, Erica. Then we have Christian rap music like KB, ASAP Preach. There's so many, Evil Netter. There's so many awesome Christian rap artists we play. Like Jason mentioned Integrity earlier. Christian Rock, Disciple. These guys, I Against No One, Red, Striper. We play all kinds of Christian music. We play the stuff that a lot of these stations won't play. And if you're a small independent band or artist, hit us up and we'll play your music. Just make sure, as long as it ain't got no cuss words and nothing super, super vulgar, we're cool. And if it's Christian music, we got you. So, yeah, I'm doing Daniel Skippy, Erica. How you doing? Thanks for watching, Erica. But I got to get off live. Wow, 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Daggum. But we'll see y'all later. God loves you. Jesus saves. Yee yee.